So we have got the competitive equilibrium condition, which is given as first order condition and necessary condition is P equals to MC. And slope of MC is greater than 0. So this is the sufficient condition of equilibrium. Now here we will consider three scenarios of a competitive firm. So first scenario is that if we find that at the point of equilibrium price is greater than average cost. So let's draw the diagram. In horizontal axis we are measuring the output of the firm, and in vertical axis we are measuring price, revenue and cost. So this is the short run average cost curve and this is the short run marginal cost curve. So now if we consider that price line is OP bar. OP bar is the market price. So definitely the two conditions of equilibrium are being fulfilled at point E. And so point E equilibrium level of output is OQ1. So here equilibrium is point E. Price, market price is OP bar, which is determined by the interaction of demand and supply. The firm is accepting it. And the firm's equilibrium output is OQ1. So what will be the revenue? You know that revenue is the price multiplied by output. That means O P bar multiplied by OQ1, which is represented by the area of the rectangle O P bar EQ1. So here we get the revenue, but to determine the profit, we need to know the cost also. So here the total cost is not directly given, but definitely we get there is the short run average cost curve, which represents the short run at each level of output. So a short run average cost at each level of output. So at output level OQ1, short run average cost is Q1 C1, or we can write it OB1. So SSC short run average cost equals to OB1 here. So now what will be the total cost? Total cost will be output multiplied by short run average cost. So OQ1 multiplied by Q1B1. So it will be represented by the area of the rectangle OB1 C1 Q1. So area of the rectangle OB1 C1 Q1. So what do we find here? The revenue is the area of the rectangle O P bar E Q1. The total cost is OB1 C1 Q1. So what is the difference between revenue and cost? The difference is the area of this rectangle. So we can do it R minus C equals to area of OP1, O P bar E Q1 minus area of the rectangle OB1 C1 Q1. So that means area of the rectangle B1 P bar E C1. So this area, the shaded area represents, we call it the case of super normal profit. So in this case, at the point of equilibrium, we find that average price is OBP bar and average cost is OB1. So definitely the total revenue will be greater than total cost. So if revenue is greater than cost, that implies profit is greater than 0, and we call this a supernormal profit. So why I am calling it supernormal profit, I will come to this part later. Whenever we discuss the normal profit, then we can easily understand. So in this case, at the equilibrium level of output, the firm's average cost is less than the market price. So revenue will be greater than total cost and the firm is enjoying supernormal profit, which is represented by the area of the rectangle B1 P bar EC1. Now the second possibility. The second possibility is, so this is the price, so P bar, and this is the average cost of production. Sorry, short run average cost of production. In horizontal axis, again we are measuring quantity of output. In vertical axis, we measure price, revenue, and cost. So this is my marginal cost curve. So equilibrium point will be E and equilibrium level of output will be OQE. So in this part, okay, I am giving it name P1. So in this diagram, what we see that at equilibrium point is E, price is OP1, and similarly the average cost of production is QE or OP1. So here average short run average cost equals to also OP1. So revenue equals to cost equals to OP1 multiplied by OQE. So area of the rectangle OP1 EQE. So in this case what we see, revenue equals to cost. So revenue minus cost equals to 0. That means the firm is enjoying normal profit. Now question is why I am telling it, why I am saying it as a normal profit, because we find that profit exactly equal to 0. The logic behind is that actually normal profit is the part of the total cost, because whenever the producer estimates the cost of the production, it estimates the explicit cost like the cost of raw materials, cost of labor and other cost of machineries. Along with this, the producer also includes the cost of the risk that he bears, the cost of the opportunity cost of the time that he devotes for his production. So whenever we are measuring the total cost of production, normal profit is a part of total cost. So that's why whenever revenue is exactly equal to the cost, the profit, supernormal profit becomes 0. So the firm earns normal profit. Whenever firm earns anything above the normal profit, that is called supernormal profit. So that's why in the previous case, whenever price is greater than average cost and total revenue at the point of equilibrium, revenue is greater than cost, we call it the instance of supernormal profit. But here revenue is exactly equal to cost, then that means the producer can earn only its normal profit. Now the third case. Now in this case we see, again in horizontal axis we are measuring Q, in vertical axis we are measuring price, revenue and cost. This is the short run average cost curve, this is the short run marginal cost curve, and this is the price. So OPA is the market price. So equilibrium point will be definitely E and equilibrium level of output is OQA. Now first let us measure the revenue. So revenue equals to price multiplied by OQA, equilibrium level of output. So here equilibrium output is OQA, price equals to OPA. So revenue equals to OPA multiplied by OQA. So revenue will be represented by the area of the rectangle OPA EQA. Now we have to measure the cost. So at this point average cost is QAA, which is equals to OM. So average cost equals to OM. So total cost will be equal to OM. Total cost will be equals to OM multiplied by OQA. Average cost multiplied by output. So area of the rectangle OMAQA. So in this case we find that cost is greater than revenue. That means revenue minus cost is definitely less than 0. So the firm is facing loss. And here cost is OMAQA. Revenue cost is OMAQA. Revenue equals to OPAEQA. So the difference is the loss. So here in this case the firm is facing loss, which is represented by the area of the rectangle PAMA. So this is the third instance wherever the firm is facing loss. Now definitely the question arises whether the firm will stay in the market or leave the market immediately. To answer this question, first we have to remember that this is a short run. We are considering that the firm is facing the loss in the short run. So short run means the firm has already borne some fixed cost. The firm has already spent that money, and even the output level is 0, the firm's cost will continue. So let us explain it with the help of a numerical example that let us consider that total fixed cost of a firm is $3 million. Total variable cost of the firm is $12 million. $12 million and $3 million. So total cost is $15 million. Now, the revenue of the firm is $14 million. So in this case, if the firm stops production, if Q equals to 0, what we will see? Revenue equals to 0. Total fixed cost equals to $3 million. And again, total variable cost equals to 0. So the firm's total cost will be $3 million and revenue 0. So in this case, what if the firm leaves? The loss is $3 million. But if the firm continues production, its loss will be only $1 million. So in this case, what will be logical for the firm or for the entrepreneur? To stay in the market, because if it stays in the market, it can minimize its loss. So this is the key point here. So if we find that in the short run the firm faces loss, but it can recover its total variable cost of production, and after recovering the total variable cost of production, it can recover a part of its total fixed cost. So in that case, it will be better for the firm to stay in the market. Now, second, in the same case, if the revenue is, let us consider the revenue is also $12 million. So in this case, what will be the loss of the firm? The loss will be $3 million. But now consider what will be if the firm leaves, TVC equals to 0, TFC equals to $3 million, and total revenue 0. So TC equals to 3 million. So in this case, loss will be also 3 million. So in this case, the firm will remain indifferent between staying and leaving. It may stay in the market, it may leave the market, but that does not matter. That does not make any difference whether the firm stays in the market or leaves the market. Now we will consider another case. So what we see, if we find that in the short run, the total revenue is exactly equal to total variable cost of production, the firm may stay in the market, the firm may leave the market, but result will remain the same. And another case we can show that TFC equals to $5 million. TVC equals to dollars. So total cost equals to $25 million. Now if we consider the revenue equals to $18 million. So what is the loss of the firm? $18 million, 25 minus 18, so loss equals to $7 million. Now, if the firm continues in the market, it will lose $7 million. But if the firm leaves the market, so TVC equals to 0, TFC equals to 5 million. So, total cost equals to $5 million. So revenue equals to 0. That means the loss will be equals to $5 million. So if the firm continues in the market, it will lose $7 million. But if the firm leaves the market, it will lose only $5 million. So it will be convenient for the firm or logical for the firm to leave the market. So from here we can conclude that if in the short run, if we find that the revenue falls short of total variable cost, the firm is not being able even to recover its variable cost of production. So in that case, it will be better for the firm to leave the market, because in that case only the total fixed cost will be equal to loss. So that's why the point at which total variable cost is exactly equal to total revenue, that point is known as shutdown point, because if revenue falls short to recover total variable cost of production, the firm will leave the market. So now we will explain it diagrammatically. Here. So this is the short run average cost curve, average variable cost curve. This is short run average cost curve. This is short run marginal cost curve. As usual, the vertical axis represents price, revenue and cost, and the horizontal axis represents the output level. So if we consider that price equals to OP0, So equilibrium level of output is, equilibrium point is E0, equilibrium level of output is OQ0. So here first we consider the revenue. Revenue equals to what? Price OP0 multiplied by OQ0. So area of the rectangle OP0 EQ0. Now the cost. So let us consider that average cost of production is what? Q0A, which equals to AC, OC. So what do you see? The cost of production, so TC, total cost of production, will be OC multiplied by OQ0. So OC, average cost, multiplied by OQ0, that implies area of the rectangle OCAQ0. OCAQ0, this is the cost. Revenue is OP0 E0 Q0. So this shaded area will represent the loss. So the firm faces loss, which is represented by the area of the rectangle OCA0 Q0 minus area of the rectangle OP0 AQ0. So that means area of the rectangle P0 CAE0. So this area represents the loss of the firm if the firm continues production. Now, question is, what is the total fixed cost now? So we don't have the fixed cost curve here, but definitely we can find what is the average variable cost of production. So we consider it Q0V is the average variable cost of production is Q0V, which is exactly equal to OR. So Q0V equals to OR. So total variable cost of production is output multiplied by AVC. So OR, the OQ0 multiplied by OR. So that will be definitely the area of the OR multiplied by OQ0. So area of the rectangle ORVQ0. So this is the total cost of production, and this is the total variable cost of production. So difference will be total fixed cost. So TFC equals to TC minus TVC. That means area of the rectangle OCAQ0 minus area of the rectangle ORVQ0. So definitely area of the rectangle RCAV. Now just compare, if the firm continues the production, its loss will be equal to the rectangle represented by the rectangle P0CAQ0. So this is the loss of the firm if it continues production. But if it stops production, its loss will be exactly equal to the total fixed cost of production. And total fixed cost of production is RCAV. So in this case, it will be definitely more logical for the firm to stay in the market, because if it stays in the market, this rectangle will represent its loss, and if it leaves the market, this area of this rectangle will represent the loss. So leaving market will cause higher loss for the firm. So in this case, it is better policy for the firm to stay in the market. Now, the second case. This is short run average variable cost curve. This is short run average cost curve. And this is short run marginal cost curve. In vertical axis, we measure price, revenue, cost as usual. In horizontal axis, we are measuring output. So equilibrium point, this is the price level O PV. So equilibrium is given as EV. Output level is OQV. So in this case, what we will find? Equilibrium output is OQP. And at the equilibrium level of output, price equals to ABC equals to OPB. So total revenue will be exactly equal to total variable cost of production, which will be equal to OPB multiplied by OQB. So R equals to TVC equals to OQB multiplied by OPB. So area of the rectangle OPB EB QB. What is the average cost of production at this level? So QBC1 is the average cost of production, and we can write it OB1. So average cost of production is QBC1. So if AC is multiplied, so AC into output, that means total cost will be represented by the multiplication of OQ0 multiplied by QBC1, that implies area of the rectangle OB1 C1 QB. So this is the loss. So this is the total cost. So what is the loss? So loss equals to total cost minus revenue. So area of the rectangle OB1 C1 QB minus area of the rectangle OPB EQB. So area of the rectangle PB B1 C E1. Sorry, EB. So area of the rectangle PB B1 C1 EB. So in this case, if this is again one more thing we have to watch here, notice here that in this case this is the revenue as well as total variable cost. So difference between total cost and revenue indicates this is the difference between total cost and total variable cost. So in this case, total fixed cost is also equal to the area of the rectangle PB B1 C1 EB. So if the firm continues the production, its loss will be represented by the area of the rectangle. If the firm leaves market, the loss will be represented by the area of the same rectangle. So in both cases, loss will be same. So the firm will be, the producer will remain indifferent between staying and living. So it does not make any difference whether the firm stays in the market or whether the firm leaves the market. So, but if the price falls below this point, definitely the firm will have to leave the market. So that's why this point is known as shutdown point of the firm. So now the third case. So now we consider that this is the price O P1. So E is the equilibrium, output level is OQ1. So revenue is price multiplied by quantity, the area of the rectangle O P1 E Q1. What is the total cost of production? So average cost is OC1, output is OQ1. So total cost of production is OC1 multiplied by OQ1. So area of the rectangle OC1 B1 Q1. So the difference between total cost and total revenue will be the loss. So loss equals to TC minus R, that means OC1 B1 Q1 minus OP1 E Q1. So area of the rectangle P1 C1 B1 E. So this is the volume of loss if the firm remains in the market. Now we have to find out what will be the loss if the firm leaves the market. So at this level of output, average variable cost is, so average variable cost is Q1 B1, or we can write OT1. So ABC is OT1. So total variable cost will be OT1 multiplied by OQ1. So area of the rectangle OT1 V1 Q1. So now what is the total cost of production? OC1 B1 Q1, and total variable cost of production is OT1 V1 Q1, this rectangle. So the difference between these two will indicate the total fixed cost. So TFC equals to TC minus TVC. That means area of the rectangle T1 C1 B1 V1. So if the firm continues in the market, its loss will be equal to P1 C1 B1 E1. This rectangle will represent its loss. If the firm leaves the market, the rectangle T1 C1 B1 V1, this will indicate the loss. So in this case, what we find? That if the firm leaves the market, the loss will be less. So it will be a better strategy for the firm to leave the market for minimizing cost. So here we find that in this case, price is less than average variable cost of production. So the firm cannot even recover its variable cost of production. So in this case, it will be better for the firm to leave the market. So to conclude, we can say that on the short run, if we consider a perfectly competitive firm in the short run, if the firm faces loss, it may stay the market, it may leave the market, it may remain indifferent between staying and leaving, but everything depends upon the relationship between price and average variable cost. If the equilibrium price is greater than average variable cost, the firm will definitely stay in the market even if it faces loss, because it will help the firm to minimize its loss. Now, if we see that price is exactly equal to average variable cost at the equilibrium level of output, the firm remains indifferent between staying and leaving, because in both cases his loss will be same. But if we find that the firm at the equilibrium level of output, firm's average variable cost is greater than the market price, the firm will definitely leave the market to minimize cost. So that's why the minimum point of average variable cost curve of a competitive firm is known as its shutdown point. If price falls below that point, the firm will definitely leave the market.